Hello my lovelies, today's video is all about fragrances that will make an unforgettable impression on men. These are tried and tested. Some of these I have asked men on my Instagram what was the most unforgettable fragrance they have ever smelled on a woman. Some of them are from my personal experience, some of them are from just things I hear while talking to my friends. So let's get to this list. First up is a fragrance that is so indulgent. This is a fragrance that is sexy, that will be perfect for a date. You're going to a lovely restaurant. This fragrance is that a little black dress, bit of an upscale situation. This fragrance is called a Sharaf Blend by Zimaya, and it's a dupe for Angel's Share fragrance. And it's such a gorgeous dupe. Man, it's so luscious and boozy. This is to me very nutty, almondy, even raisins. It's boozy, it's coconutty, sandalwood, so creamy, buttery, like a dessert. Spicy with that cinnamon. I don't think it has got as much apple as Angel's Share, but it is such a gorgeous, deep, sensual, sweet scent. The scent profile is just a winner for me. It's a scent that is extremely affordable. You can get it at literally £20 for this bottle. I bought myself this bottle from discounters. I'll link the one that I used down below, but I'll also link some in the US and in international locations. But this fragrance is just a winner. You can really impress and leave an unforgettable impression with a scent that is so affordable. It's so good. I highly encourage you, if you like your gourmands, if you like to just smell yummy, this is so good. And as it settles on the skin, it just becomes a little bit more spicy, and man, the dry down is just as good as the opening of this fragrance. Next unforgettable impression. This one, literally as I was making this video and I was saying to my husband I'm making this video, he was like, this one, put this one on the list. This is how much he loves the scent and he raves about it. It is Portrait Penhaligon's The Bewitching Jasmine. This scent, it is a dusty, mysterious storybook sort of a love situation, but also there is this bewitchingness in this story because it does smell a bit dark, it does smell a bit bumpy, and like there is this darker character in this storyline.
Magic mirror on the wall, who now is the fairest one of all?
It's got a little bit of oud in there. It's also fruity. It's dusty, but in the way that like there is a dustiness and vanillicness in all good books when you smell the pages. This is the dustiness that you get in this fragrance. It's intense, it's a bit smoky, it's oudy, it's so captivating. You'll really make an impression with this fragrance, I guarantee you. It's such an unusual scent. It's a tiny bit masculine even, but it just works in this fragrance because it gives it a bit more of that moody darkness, that bumpiness, that sexiness. It's quite projecting as well, and it lasts lovely. So this is truly like, if you want a storybook romance, then this would be a perfect fragrance for you. It's absolutely captivating and definitely unforgettable. And next scent is a scent that I know that my audience, if you're watching this video, goes absolutely crazy for, and I know that many of you have purchased it because you have left your comments and you just always are raving about the scent. And my husband also, we do these videos where he rates fragrances. I just give it to him and he's always just very honest, like, have a look in those videos. They're on my channel. We've done quite a few, but he absolutely loves the scent, and many of you said yes, we get crazy compliments for the scent. It's such an amazing scent. This is a toothache in a bottle. It's Burberry Elixir. It's so sweet. It's marshmallows, it's raspberries, it's icing sugar, it's a bit of whipped cream. It's all of that in a bottle. It's such a sweet, fun scent. If you're maybe that personality, if you're like, this would be perfect for a really bubbly personality of a person. If you're a bit younger and you just don't like fragrances that are too serious smelling, this is also great. But even if you're a bit older and you want something that smells absolutely delicious, fun, and like you're having the best time of your life, and you're with a guy and you're like, yeah, I want to show him that I am just a fun person, this lasts, it projects, it's such a fun scent, especially if you are a gourmand lover and you want a fun designer scent. This is a killer. It's compliment getter as well. It just hits all the right spots. Next fragrance that will make an unforgettable impression. It's also a very seductive scent, but I would say it's very different as well. If you're somebody who wants your fragrance to really be personal to you, you don't like to smell like everybody else, you want something a bit different, but still very unforgettable. So it has to have some bit of crowd pleasing quality to it. It can't be totally like out of the blue, then this might be the fragrance for you. Féminité du Bois from Serge Lutens. This scent, I am in love with this scent. I've got quite a few Serge Lutens fragrances, and when I smelled this, I was like, oh my gosh, I might love this more than Chergui, which is a #1 selling fragrance for the brand. But man, this is super sparkling at the top. It has got that Coca-Cola fizziness in there, that caramelly, citrusy fizziness in there. It's also quite romantic and a bit woody, so it's not very sweet romantic. It has got that woodiness. I would say it's got a similar character to the Bewitching Jasmine. It's also very plummy, so it's plum, it's cinnamon, it's clove, it's ginger, it's very aromatic and almost goes to the point of booziness because it's got so many of those notes, but then it doesn't. It stays fizzy. It's so just delicious. It's woody. It's got a bit peach in there. It's just the most amazing concoction of notes, and it smells absolutely delicious, but in this still fresh way. It's so good. I mean, if you smell like this on a date, I'm sure you'll be absolutely unforgettable. There's something so feminine in this fragrance, but without this fragrance being a cliche femininity, if that makes sense. So it's still got that woodiness that makes this fragrance just very womanly, not girly. This is like a beautiful woman. Next fragrance to leave an unforgettable impression is definitely the voted #1 fragrance that men always tell me this is the fragrance that they love the most on women. This is just #1. It cannot be disputed. Every time I'm like, oh, please tell me another fragrance. No, it's always #1 when they vote, and it's Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. This fragrance, it is killer. You can wear it day to night. It's such a beautiful freshy. It smells extremely feminine, very innocent to me. This fragrance smells like it blends beautifully on the skin. It's so just musky, a bit creamy, but still very watery and fresh and elegant. It lasts a long time. It projects nicely. This is not a fragrance that is like hugely projecting, but it's always around. I've worn this fragrance to death. It used to be my signature scent. I actually met my husband wearing this, so it kind of goes to show you, I guess men are right. This is a fragrance that just men go absolutely crazy for, and it is a scent that blends into your own skin just uniquely. I feel like when I wear this fragrance becomes me, because it literally just blends with your skin like it becomes your skin scent. It's just absolutely stunning. I've gone through more than 3 bottles, I think, at this point of this fragrance. Absolutely love it. You can pretty much just blind buy this, and I'll guarantee that you'll make an unforgettable impression. And also, if you don't like strong scents, this is also perfect for you because it smells so natural and it definitely won't bother you when wearing it. So a win-win, but always be careful with Chanel, because so many companies, like on eBay, I see this all the time, they make fake Chanel Transatlantic. My dad bought my mom a fake Chanel fragrance from eBay once, and I was like, Dad, this is fake, this doesn't even smell the same. But yeah, so many places just fake them. So with Chanel, they don't do deals too often. They barely ever do 10% discounts. So get yourself Chanel fragrance from Chanel website. I will always link Chanel directly with the fragrances. You just want to get the real deal when spending so much money on a fragrance, and you get also free samples of other Chanel fragrances, which you get to pick on Chanel website. So I myself shop, like when I buy a Chanel fragrance from Chanel. This is not an ad for Chanel, but I'm just saying. So I'll link it down below for you. Next up is a scent that is extremely spicy, very unisex, but what I'm finding is a lot of the time men actually do like those unisex, actually slightly masculine leaning fragrances on women, and it might be because there's so many sweet fragrances on the designer market that they sometimes all kind of smell the same. So if you want to differentiate yourself a little bit and make a lasting impression, then I would say go for something a bit niche, something different. This is 1899 from Histories de Parfums. This scent is a blend, kind of like a rehab from Initio, if you love that fragrance, but not as powdery, but definitely has got that lavender, bergamot. It's always got notes on the side, which I love. Vanille, vetiver, amber, iris, cinnamon. It has got all of that. It's very fresh when you first spray it on. Oh, it's so good. It's lavender, it's ambery, but it's very extremely spicy. It's got tons of cinnamon in here, and it's so captivating. It's really like a spice bomb explosion. It kind of smells like spice bomb a little bit from Viktor and Rolf, and it is fresh, it's juicy, it's light, it's airy, but it's full of character. So it's not like an airy fairy fragrance that just, you know, gets swept away with the wind. No, this is like you are making a lasting impression with the scent. You're not just a wallflower, you are coming in, you are like a strong woman, and this is the fragrance you're wearing. It's a stunning scent. You can make it your signature scent. It's so good, and the quality of Histories de Parfums fragrances is absolutely phenomenal. They're so natural, they smell just great, and I don't know why, but they're often sold at discounters. I actually got my bottle from discounters here in the UK, so I'll link it down below because I got a great deal, and I'll try to find it in the US and Canada as well. But this fragrance, it's one that you can really make your own, make your signature. It's amazing. Next fragrance that will for sure make a great impression. This one is a one that everybody will love. They will love it. It's just such a likable classic scent, and I'm talking about Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum from Guerlain. This scent I literally just wore it the other day, and I was like, oh, I just love this scent so much because you get whiffs of yourself smelling great all the time. This lavender, it's just so yummy. It's vanillic, it's rich, it's calming. This is to me like a staple fragrance. It just smells very comforting. You can wear it every day if you want, but you can also wear it on a date and it will smell romantic. It will smell also kind of stable. That's what I mean. It smells like a stable, like something you can depend on. So if you want to find a husband, maybe this should be a signature scent because it does smell like you're romantic, you're feminine, you know yourself, but you want something more. This at least, like, let me know in the comments if you get the same vibe from this fragrance, but this is what I'm getting from it. And it lasts, it projects nicely, it just smells so great on the skin. It doesn't disappoint ever throughout the duration of the scent. It just gets better and better. And yeah, this is a solid one. Next scent that will make an unforgettable impression, it is Gris Chanel from BDK. This scent is number one for many men out there. Whenever I ask them, my husband also loves this. I have tested it even like in my family. I have asked men what do they think about it, and even the ones that weren't super into fragrances, like I'm the weird one in my family, okay? I'm the fragrance lady, but not everybody is so into fragrances in my family, but they all loved it. Even people that, you know, they just have one fragrance, one cologne in their collection and they're good to go. They don't even know if this is a niche brand. My family is Eastern European and they're not afraid to really say, you know, this fragrance is really bad, Monika, like what are you wearing? You know, they wouldn't stop themselves, but this one they all raved about. It's creamy, it's sandalwood, it's fig. It's got this extremely elegant quality to it. Actually, one of my family members said that this is wife material sort of fragrance. My husband always raves about it. It's one of his top fragrances that he always says, like, you have to wear this. And in his videos, he always says, like, women, get yourself this scent because it smells absolutely phenomenal. It's so beautiful. It's just like you're looking at a picture, a painting, and you just can't because you're in awe of how beautiful it is. This is how I feel with this scent. It will make a huge impression. It's present, but it's not overpowering of a scent. You can spray quite a lot of it, but it will never be too much because it's very natural. It just gently vibrates off your body. Absolutely stunning. You have to, if you're sampling one fragrance from this list, you have to sample Gris Chanel because you have to know what I'm talking about. Like, you promise me, I'll link a sample down below. But yeah, this is an unforgettable experience of a fragrance. That's why it had to be on this list. Next fragrance is also a sweeter scent. It's called For Your Love, Mizensir. And this, how fitting, it totally smells like love. It smells like raspberries. It's got that acidity, but also that fruitiness of the raspberry. It's also musky and a bit even traditional smelling, but not too traditional. It's still a modern smelling fragrance, but it's got that traditional classic smell to it that some fragrances that are a bit older have. It's a fragrance that is just light, ambery, woody, sweet and elegant. It's got a bit saffron in there to make it a bit interesting. And some people say that it smells like Baccarat Rouge. To me, this is in a similar scent profile, but it totally has got its own character. It doesn't have that weird hospital note that Baccarat Rouge has. So if you don't like that, then try this. It's much more raspberry leaning. It's musky. It's not as spicy. It just smells very natural. This is like a very natural sister of Baccarat Rouge. It's got its own way of life, and it's beautiful. It's a fragrance that smells to me like old money. It's that person that is at the boarding school and comes back and they look all put together, but they're not flashy, and they live in a big manor with their parents and they've got their own wing. But they're very polite as well. This is that person. It's not stuck up old money. It's kind of cozy, familiar, beautifully smelling old money fragrance. So good. And the last scent that I picked is a very, I would say, polarizing, unforgettable experience in a fragrance. So this one is very exclusive. It's not for the faint of heart, but I thought I would put it in this list because this will make a huge impression. It's so strong, so different. This is a fragrance that to me smells like a Russian ballet. It's actually made, like, the idea is for this to be this director, I believe a ballet director in Moscow, he scented all the curtains before the performances because he thought the scent was such a big part of the performance, and this was made sort of smell like that. And Russia, and this totally is that. It's very comforting scent for me. It's very leathery. It's got tons of spices in there. It's not gentle. It's very in your face. It's strong. It smells kind of like Eastern European people that don't smile a lot, and they are tried and tested through really cold winters. This scent is that. If you don't like sweetness, if you like fragrances that smells absolutely divine, expensive, and also this fragrance is very expensive, then try something like Diaghilev. I think Diaghilev. I don't know how to pronounce it, although I did study Russian for 2 whole years. It is by Roja, and this scent, it is soapy, it is leathery, it is exclusive, it smells like rich oligarch. Literally, it smells like that. It's stunning on the skin. It smells like frost, like coldness, like history. This is what this smells like. So if you want your fragrance to be a talking point, if you don't want to smell sweet and innocent and girly, you want your fragrance to just come in front of you and kind of intimidate a little, then try something like this. It's such a great smelling fragrance. I personally absolutely love it. And I would actually test a guy on a date. Like if I was dating again, I would just wear this and be like, let's see what he does with that. Because if he can handle it, I know that he can handle me. So this is that sort of a scent. I'll link a sample of this. I'll try to find it so you can at least sample the goodness that is this fragrance. Try it on your skin and you'll just discover a whole new world. Let me know if somebody told you that your fragrance has made an unforgettable impression, and let us know what it was in the comments down below. Don't gatekeep, and I'll link all of these fragrances and any samples I can find for them in the description for you. As always, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this channel, because it helps me with putting out more videos and reaching more people with fragrance recommendations. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.